We're almost at game time. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Lauri Markkanen.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Jusuf Nurkic. Markkanen is out there with Bailey. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Mykhailiuk in at the 2. And for the Warriors, Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield. And Richard. Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old school energy to this matchup.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. And the basket by Bailey.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
Now here's Hield. From outside the arc. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Nurkic a screen on Curry. George against Curry. Markkanen in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Back to you, Kevin.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, Nurkic, after the missed 3 from Buddy Hield, and Nurkic gets it to go.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player, and the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Green. He's averaging 8 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
Yeah, when you're a reserve, you got to stay ready. And when your opportunity comes, you got to make the most of it.
Now, here's Curry. Last game, 26 points. A three-pointer off the mark. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside, George. Curry with the steal. Shoots from 14, and he hits the jump shot. Curry's got 5 now.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
Pass to Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Utah. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Nurkic.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Green passes to Curry. Driving inside. And the layup is good. He has 7.
How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Buddy Hield.
Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga. Podziemski.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Markkanen. Screen by Nurkic. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Green. And there's the drive. And it's Green slamming it down.
And I love the physicality Draymond puts behind this drive. Get in his way at your own risk.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connected Cam. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Pass to Bailey. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Warriors leading by 5. Things really clicking for them at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. The guy is all about winning.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Moody's checked in for Golden State. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. They trail by 7. Pass to Nurkic. Markkanen from outside. Drills the three-pointer.
That high release that Markkanen has is such a weapon for him, especially in a catch-and-shoot situation.
Here's Podziemski. And here is Kuminga. He's guarded by Markkanen.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here is George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
And you got to do more than that to stop Nurkic, using that muscle to just brush past the defender.
Here's Curry after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. .133 left to play in the first quarter. Podziemski's shot is good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Stephen Curry hears folks complaining about all the threes. He said it's new and everybody has their opinion. It's not like I can go out and do a 360 windmill, drive down the lane, and dunk on somebody. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping to keep shooting threes, so don't worry about that. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, you're right. That is his superpower. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Now George, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Pass to Bailey. This one for 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's George. To the paint, 7-foot shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Markkanen's got 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Curry, no good, unable to end this run.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Jazz up 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Jazz?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Podziemski out there with Moody. Then there's Horford. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Here's Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Pass to Sensabaugh. To the inside. Slam dunk by Butler.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Spencer's checked in. Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. Well, you look at Podziemski, a great player, second in the league.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
Well, it's the kind of reliable shooting a team needs from the 2 spot. It makes the defense work a lot harder when they have to stay active all over the floor.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
Here's Filipowski. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Pass to Markkanen. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Warriors leading. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this hit.
Now here's Horford. Hasn't made one yet.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
Here's Bailey, and finished off by Bailey.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Horford sets a screen for Butler for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Down low. And Markkanen throws it down.
Well, you can't forget that Markkanen is an accomplished dunker.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Change here. Nurkic is checked in. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, and that can be as difficult as anything.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And finished off by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Pass to Nurkic. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Golden State. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Yeah, give credit to those guys for playing with such aggressiveness. It makes a huge difference when you get that kind of boost from your second unit.
Green deciding where to go with it. Curry with the bounce pass. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. No good on the three. Utah trailing here. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, team. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
And there goes Draymond going deep in his bag.
Markkanen in a screen on Curry. To the middle. It's stolen by Green. Outside Curry. Horford with a screen on Markkanen. Outside Horford. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Horford's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Keontae George, he's checked in for Collier. Here's our 2K leaderboard with the list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. 5th, the Jazz.
And right now, their three-point shooters are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against Charlotte. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Shot by Hield, nobody around, and the 3 off target. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
It's stolen by Green. On the wing, Hield. Into the lane. Stolen by George. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
It is really hard to defend Markkanen at 7 feet. The blend of size and skill is incredible.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Yeah, big man with a sweet shooting stroke. Markkanen's skill set at his position is tailor-made for today's league.
Now here's Curry. 10 points for him. 12 seconds left now here in the second. Shot clock at 6. Curry crashes inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so we wrap up the first half. Warriors lead by 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one for the Golden State Warriors.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off, it gives you a multitude of options offensively.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Curry has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Jazz trail by 7. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Markkanen is out there with Bailey. Then it's George. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2-guard spot. Three-pointer, Markkanen. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Warriors leading by 7. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Curry's got most of his shots to fall. 6 makes in 9 tries. Pass to Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. Stolen by Markkanen. George against Curry. George looking over the floor. Inside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Hield dishes to Green. Curry passes to Green. And there it is for him. And now it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Here's Curry, following the bucket by the Jazz. Outside Butler. No good on the triple.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the three-point line.
Bailey passes to George. Here's Bailey. He's got 7. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Pass to Hield. Nurkic against Curry. Green inside. He's feeling it. A shot by Curry, no good. Jazz trail by 10. Outside, Markkanen. To the right side. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Bailey. It's George on the wing. Takes a 3. And it's Curry with the rebound.
They haven't found their rhythm here in the third. Missing 4 of their first 5 attempts.
Hield kicks to Green. Now here's Butler. Over Markkanen. And the Warriors miss again. The Jazz have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. George passes to Nurkic. Here's Bailey. Pass to Mikhailuk. Three-pointer. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's sent back by George. And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul. And we'll see free throws coming up right here. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Dominguez come in for the Warriors. Pajemski's coming in for Buddy Hield. And Utah with a change here, too. Filipowski's checked in. No good on that one. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
Now, here's Curry. 16 points for him. Pass to Pajemski. And the Warriors miss again.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Bailey passes to George.
Minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Bailey misses. Warriors leading by 11. Green breaking loose. Curry can't get it to go.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
George passes to Nurkic. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. Here's Pajemski, defended by Filipowski. Pass to Pajemski. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Changes here for the Warriors. Al Horford, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Moody comes in for Butler. And it's Seth Curry in for Curry. Here's Collier. No scoring in this one. Pass to Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. Curry with the steal. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
D'Anthony Melton. He's checked in for Seth Curry. Here's Podziemski. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. He's looking for Horford and finds him.
Well, look, if you're facing Horford in that two-man action, you have to track him off the pick.
Hendricks off the mark, and the drought continues. Warriors leading by 16. Moody with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Down low. And there's the bucket from Kuminga. Kuminga's got his second bucket of the night.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Defense has been fantastic. Great defense. Offense, simple passes will get it done, right? You guys look great, though. Keep the pressure on.
Paying his guys respect they deserve. Likes what he sees. I like that message.
And Kevin, it's so important to praise your guys when they're playing well. Coach understands how critical it is to recognize good effort.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Jimmy Butler is out there with Kuminga. Then there's Moses Moody. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. And it's Horford in at the 5. That's the Warriors' 5.
Jimmy Butler taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Well, you got to appreciate how Butler inspires his teammates. He gives them someone to rally around on the floor.
And he's good on the second. Jazz trail by 19. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Just 5 on the clock. Sensabaugh, no good. And here is Moody. Floats it up for Kuminga. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about when Kuminga just takes the initiative on offense? He has the athleticism needed to finish that alley-oop.
Here's Collier to the paint. Here's Markkanen. Pass to Hendricks. Jazz passing it around. Picked by Markkanen. Fires from deep. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
In the pick and roll, it seems like Markkanen gets the timing right most times. He's got a high offensive IQ.
And here is Moody. Back to Podziemski. To the middle. Stolen. Here's Hendricks. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Collier. A three-pointer is right on target. Collier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Green, he's checked in for Horford. And Curry subbed in for Kuminga. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah. Utah's on defense. They've played a great fourth quarter defensive, allowing only 3 points. Butler from outside. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Markkanen passes to Collier. Back to Markkanen. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. And it's Curry with the rebound.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Here's Podziemski. And the Warriors miss again. Jazz trail by 16. Markkanen passes to Collier. Back to Markkanen. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Physical play from Markkanen through the defender.
Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. They could use a bucket. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Since every shot is going in, they should just keep running sets for him.
They've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Some changes for Golden State. Richards is checked in, and it's Buddy Hield in for Brandon Podziemski. Pass to Butler. Now Green. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's Curry. It's good from about 19 feet. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Nurkic outside. Here's Markkanen. Outside George. The 3 is off. Curry against George. Butler deciding where to go with it. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. And the Warriors lead by 20.
From anywhere on the floor, Butler's a threat. And the more points he gets inside, the more dangerous he becomes on the perimeter.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Markkanen. George with the screen on Butler. Here's Markkanen, and he banks the layup in.
Well, Markkanen is just such an effective scorer. He makes the most of his opportunities.
Now Green. Outside Curry. Here's Green. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Butler outside. 5 to shoot. Now Curry. Jacks up a 3. Nurkic there for the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now Markkanen. Outside George. Knocks down the 3.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Stephen Curry.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And so it's Golden State with it after the basket by Utah. Butler up top. He's guarded by Markkanen. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Nurkic. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thanks, team. Well, Draymond, it was smooth sailing for you tonight. How'd you make it look so easy?
I mean, it's seamless because I play with guys who makes it seamless. I don't have to come out and try to do too much. Just come out and be myself. So for that reason, it was seamless.
All right, congrats on the win. Back to you guys.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
that guap. About